Hello everyone and welcome back. This is my YouTube channel and we're inside the starter house that we built last episode. Well, at least the beginning of the starter house. This episode we'll try to finish this or at least refine this as best as we can. And then I'm also here to tell you guys something. As I said, this channel is mainly for me to relax, especially after work. So I'm going to be here to rant to you guys today. I want to know your opinions, although I don't have many followers. Everyone's opinion is always valued, so please do let me know. So, the general story is, let me do this while I put everything away. Copper can go in here. I should create another chest. I think I will do that. Do I have any wood? Yeah, we do. Okay, cool. Let's craft another chest so we can make 2 double chests. Cool. I'll just place it separately. We're gonna just transfer some of the most useless stuff. Maybe not this. Maybe the ores. Actually, something better. Potentially be the cobblestone and all the stones materials. There we go. I know there's a faster way to do this, but I swear I don't remember. Might be in Shift Q? Nope. I don't remember. Anyways, back to the main topic. So, what will I run today about? Well, essentially, there is this event. It's a Pokemon event that I wanted to attend. And I booked the tickets. However, I have 2 sisters. I asked one of my sisters, because I have a +1, if she wanted to come with me because she's coming over to visit me and my other sister here where we live, as we all live separately. So I asked my sister if she wanted to come along, and she said yes, she wanted to, so I had the +1 and I used it. However, as soon as I finished booking the tickets, I didn't forget, by the way, I messaged my other sister at the same exact time as soon as I booked if she wanted to tag along. However, a few hours later, my sister came back and she was furious. She was furious with me. She said, why did you book them without letting me know? Oh, I swear we're meant to be a team. So that's what happened. So today, I hope to relax a little more. I'll be stressed, even though it doesn't seem like it. Let me place this here for now. I don't really like having a hole on the floor, so we'll fix this later. I'm not here to get potentially anyone's opinion, although I wouldn't be against it either. I'll just listen quietly. So I personally don't see anything wrong, because this event is 1 month away. I'm a really big fan of Pokemon and this would be my first event, so I booked it regardless, especially when tickets are so limited. I just invited both my sisters. I just used a +1 for one sister and told my older sister at the same time to just tell me and I'll just help her book. So I feel like I made a big mistake, although I don't see anything wrong with it. I feel like that's still a mistake. Oh, we popped out the other side. This wall needs to be expanded by maybe 2 blocks. For now, I'll dig this coal. And see. To be fair, I think I can maybe... Yeah, I'll probably expand on that side instead of expanding backwards. I think this is coming along pretty nicely. I really like this. We're gonna fix the whole ceiling. We're gonna put some staircases here. to smoothen out the edges. Well, we're gonna leave this exactly like this. So it looks beautiful enough. There's a really, really cool entrance. And then we can have potentially a staircase here. Maybe we're gonna shift these around. Let's see. Well, I'm pretty sure this part is boring, so I might put it sped up. Or I might just cut it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm quite new to this. Still, I didn't record a lot of videos, and in editing skills, I'm trash. Honestly, bones are ass cheeks, whatever you want to call it. I'm super terrible. However, something I do want to know is, do you let me know who here is a fan of Pokemon? As I have only recently started collecting Pokemon cards again, after ages. Am I the only Pokemon collector over here? Potentially, potentially. This channel is really small. Still, it needs to grow bigger, bigger and stronger. And I do have projects for this channel. Oh, let's go sleep quickly before some mobs enter our base and explode like creepers, like happened on episode 2. Oh, and they absolutely demolished me. Oh, to be fair, a window over here would not be bad. I might replicate something like this. That's a good shout in my opinion. Let me see on that side. I think on that side I can still expand pretty. Oh, this could be a potential dock, but I might do one from the front as well. I need to think about this. Beautiful. Something else I wanted to say is that I did see that the game Hytale, which is the game made by the owners, I don't really like this, so let me do something like this. Kept bugging me since last time. Much better. Much better if I do say so myself. I'm gonna change these a little bit. I'm gonna change it with dirt. So let me see if I have some dirt. Spare. Anything? Anything? Nothing. I think this is potentially maybe one more block. Maybe one more block this way. This is where our storage room will be. Potentially. Just do it this way. It's good that we're getting all this dirt because, well, it can help us make the front patio. Or at least I hope that's how you say it. I'm not even sure myself. I'm a bit tired. And I'm dreading tomorrow as well. Tomorrow I have to go work. I don't really want to. I'm a bit of a lazy guy. Especially when I have managers that pester me throughout my whole shift. I'm not sure if I did say this, but I do work at McDonald's, which is a fast food chain. And if I ever do get asked, would I recommend working there? I already have a reply ready for this. My answer is yes, at a certain point, everyone should work at a fast food place. Reason being is because it can teach you a lot, even though it doesn't seem like it. It can teach you a lot. It can teach you to be very, very humble. It humbles you real quick. Especially the worse the manager, the quicker you understand. I had pretty bad experiences with managers. No matter how hard I try, there's always one or two managers that constantly nag me and tell me that I could do better. However, do I complain? Not really. It's still a job. I need to first of all pay for my living expenses. Since I live alone and I don't really get much financial support, things can be quite expensive. So me having to work is a necessity more than a want. It's not something, it's not like an option like a lot of students have, where they can choose to either work or not work. Because I know a lot of students get support from their families, a lot don't, but I know a lot do. And then after the main objective, which is sustaining me, sustain my lifestyle and everything, is by working I can fund my hobbies. For example, this Pokemon event would have not been possible, at least to attend. It would have not been possible if I didn't work at a place such as McDonald's. Let me do something like this for now. It's gonna give me a general outline of how big I want this place to be. Potentially maybe 2 more blocks, something like this. And then I'm gonna try to make it seem a bit natural. Yeah, this already. I can have a little garden here and then a big pond. Since it's surrounded by a lake, this can be quite a beautiful place to make a water building. To just put in front of our starter house. I think that's quite a good thing. And if you're asking why are you demolishing this, it's because, as I said in a previous episode, eventually we're gonna be building in this area regardless. So as much as I love keeping natural aesthetics, that's why I'm trying to make a natural shape as much as I can. I still think that it's important to distinguish when I don't really have sticks in my inventory, when and how to build things, and when to destroy the surrounding habitats. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave this like this. I'm going to fix it in a minute. It's just that this was a bit annoying me. It looked a bit too ugly, especially since this is meant to be our front porch. This is meant to be what I see every time I walk in my house. Oh, I do have plans. I do have plans because potentially I can expand to that mountain. And we can have a whole connection of caves and systems outside, potentially build on top of it, maybe, I don't know, these planets, whatever it will be, I'll build. Now let's focus on fixing from porch, oops, and fixing our house. Quite liking this channel. It's actually helping me a lot, even though it doesn't seem like it. Just being able to speak to myself, being able to rant like this, knowing that, and just confidently blurt out my feelings. It's quite comfortable, to be fair. It's an experience that, let's say, everyone should try. Yeah, everyone should definitely try. It's a really good experience. Talking to yourself, being able to express what you want. And then, this is something I'm not sure if I said it, but in this channel, I'll do whatever I want. I don't really care about what others think regarding this channel. It's not something that particularly concerns me. So if I want to bring a specific game that's completely unrelated to Minecraft, I will do so. And even if everyone tells me, oh, but that doesn't fit really with the theme, I'll be like, yeah, okay. Reason is, I made this channel to have fun, you know? I think everyone should have some fun while doing stuff. Even if it was my professional job that I was doing this, I'd still prefer having a little bit of fun. Yeah, I'll say this looks a bit better. Maybe let's make it less rough around the edges, maybe a couple more blocks. And I'll need to fix this too. Of course, I was doing this with my axe. Not very smart, not very bright. And as I can see that by the sun going down, it's been about 20 minutes already of the video. And it's quite a shame. I don't feel like I've done anything. I did enjoy myself quite a lot today. I'm not gonna lie. I ranted quite a lot. That was the main purpose of the channel, to be fair. Looks much better. However, I think this needs fixing as well now, because it's a bit too plain. Like, it doesn't link really well. Yeah, I said this looks much better. Now let me add some blocks on the water, because as I said, natural aesthetic is also important, and having a flat wall like this can look pretty bad. Yeah, here we go. We can have some flowers here. Let me build like this, something like this. Oops, no, maybe not this. Here we go, fixed. And yes, I'll definitely build a window here. I quite like the scenery. Let me see, maybe specifically not here. Actually, yes, I do like here quite a lot. So it has to be a 3x3. Yeah, 3x3. And then let me see if I still have some. I did put it somewhere as well, yeah. I do need one more glass. Do I have sand anywhere? Nope. Let me just grab one piece of sand real quick. Nobody will notice this. Let's put this to smelt and then we can go sleep. Say that after we finish. Oops. So coal and the sand piece. Say that after we finish building this window, potentially flattening out a bit more the place. Do you want it symmetrical or not? Okay, let me think about this. Yeah, I think I quite. So if this needs to be the center block, I need to expand one on this side. So we go like this. And then, so we said this has to be center block. And one on this side, so boom. Then block here. And then let's assume for now, this is going to be, because we're going to have to change this. I'm going to change that side too. I'm going to change that side too, but for now, let's pretend. Oops. Nope. Like this. Yeah, I quite like this. Boom, 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 boom. Block here, and we're missing one last block, which is this one here. And then outside, we need to go get the stairs. Of course, there's only one staircase missing. We do also need trapdoors, and unfortunately only have one. Craft as many as I can. Hopefully 8 are enough. I need my bow, get my shovel, let me exit. So for now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, don't tell me some. I might have messed this up a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah. No, I think this will be fine. Because I have to potentially destroy this whole entire thing, and I don't really want to do it. I quite like this aesthetic of it being inside the mountain. Uh, mm, yeah, I'll say that this will work. So for now, I'll close with dirt. I'm aware we need to make a lot of improvements regarding this, but it's okay. This is just the start. I need to patch this. So for now, I'll use cobblestone. I don't really care. I have plenty of cobblestone. And yes, I will patch everything, like every single block. I'm not going to be lazy about it and just like put a torch. In case I'll just destroy it again later when we do have other projects going on. Maybe expanding downwards. Maybe like a storage room that expands downwards. That could be an option. Okay, so we have a central window over here. This needs to be obviously changed to something, potentially wood. So the difference here is that this one's protruding outside. That's why it looks more a bit of a circle, if you see it. That one's more of inside the wall, so I'll need to consider this. Because I would have to change the aesthetic outside. Unless I just place blocks here, like here. I say this is quite good enough. I say this will be our storage room. And then we can expand it a bit more, maybe, potentially. Here, one more block. There we go. And now let me do this. And then, and I'll have to destroy it later. Yes, I'm aware. Do this. But I just want to see how this looks. I'm going to potentially make all of these staircases. All of this. Gonna destroy this wall too then. Yes, I'm gonna make all of these staircases. I'm gonna shift this to the corner over there. This can be our kitchen slash bedroom section. And then this one will be storage room. Yeah, I quite like this idea. And then we're gonna have to patch any possible holes like these. For now, I'm just gonna put a grass block here. That's the best I can do for now. Maybe it'll be different later, but for now. There we go. I'm gonna have to reshape the mountain a little bit, most definitely. So I'm afraid, yeah. Since we can't really retain the natural shape, unless let's just let me start with the project of doing something like this, and then let me gather some more wood. Actually, first I want to empty my inventory. It's full of crap. Some of these, the fence, the birch, that I don't really need. This one we said we're gonna leave here. And then the walls I don't really need. To be fair though, um, a massive glass pane here. It would potentially ruin the aesthetic. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it like this and consider it. So I'm gonna do one last thing, and that is to destroy like one more tree to get the necessary wood so I can finish the staircases. And then I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. Because from the inside, I know it would look quite cool, but I know it would ruin a lot the aesthetic of our outside. Although I don't think by much. Like, I mean, it would definitely ruin the aesthetic if we want to try to go for that medieval Hobbit style type of house. That's for sure. I think it's time to transfer. 1, 2, 3. Oh, perfect. And then I'm just gonna get whatever. There we go. It's a bit asymmetric, but I guess it will work. If maybe I just expand it by 1 on this side. So let me just do something like this instead. Yeah, we need 2 more staircases. Of course we do. Well, I don't really like floating trees, so you're gonna have to go, even if I don't use you as the wood, I'm afraid. And then you also have to go, because as I said, I don't really like floating trees. And then you will also go, because I need some stair materials. And then, of course, don't worry, guys, we're gonna replan everything. So we did say that this is gonna be kitchen section. So crafting table in the corner, smoker, furnace, and a cheeky little chest. Crafting table real quick. Boom, boom, boom. And 1, 2. 2, 2. So this one has to be like this. Yep. This one has to be like this. Okay, now I messed up. This was meant to be here. Oh, the holy mess up. There we go. Now it's symmetrical. Yeah, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me go sleep for one last time. And then we're gonna end it with a big, big sunrise. We have a new little window on this side. And I say that's for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.